Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Bird's Eye View. You heard we in the building big time with Will, and we got the Don. What's going on, Don? How you doing?
What's going on? What's going on? Just looking forward to another great weekend of football.
Yeah, and hopefully it will be great. And we're gonna let you guys know that it's a biggie Saturday. So, but before we get to the Saturday, we're gonna go back into time basically and talk about this game that happened last Saturday. What game? You know the game. Oops, it's all good. Louisville 31 and actually Georgia Tech 19. That game right there, man. I know we was there. It was probably one of the hot. What I think you told me, and somebody told me. I think it was you that told me
I
that it was
did.
like the second hottest, something like
Second
that.
hottest game in Louisville history at home. And the thing about it, if the first hottest was against Mary State in 2011,
Wow.
but at kickoff this past Saturday
Uh-huh.
was 96 degrees. Woo! And we know we was out there smoking.
Yeah. It was. Yeah, it was hotter than the first game when that sun and everything else. And I know you missed that, but that was the sun would like peak in the clouds, stay in the clouds, then come back and fry you a little bit, go back, fry you a little bit. This was a straight heat, sweat. Everybody was sweating and stuff. People
Oh
had
my
change of
gosh.
clothes. But we know we fanatics. We are fanatics and we had to get it done. Just like Louisville got it done 31-19 to Georgia Tech. And real quick, I'm gonna go over like the scoring recap on this one, how everything rolled out. Georgia Tech started out fast. Mr. King let everybody know that he does have some wheels.
Yeah.
And he had some wheels. At first, and I remember him last year and he was doing stuff, but I didn't think he was that fast. I actually rewatched this game. And I said, oh, dude got some wheels. Like, dude actually had some wheels. They jumped on Louisville, 7-0, got the lead first. Louisville came back with a funny backwards pass that King did, right? Because Louisville's offense was sputtering. Then the defense stepped up, made a big play because King decided he wanted to run. Oh, and at the last second, wanted to throw it backwards like some. That was dumb as hell. That was really dumb. And Riley tipped the ball, and Mr. Ramon Perrier got his second TD. He's got more TDs than a lot of special, skill position guys already.
Hmm.
So he did that. So it's 7-7 in the first quarter. Second quarter, now Louisville's hitting their stride, right? They're hitting their stride. Mr. Chris Bell with a 37-yard pass from Mr. Shuck. Okay, we rolling. We all hyped in the stadium. We think it's gonna be one of them games,
Right,
and all of a
right.
sudden, oh, Brock get a field goal. So it's 17-7. Man, we feeling good. We feeling good. Then all of a sudden, it seemed like Georgia Tech held on the ball forever, which they didn't because it was going back and forth. But they scored at the end of the half. We was like, oh wow, here we go. Now we got a game, 17-14. We participating with the rest of the people at the halftime, relaxing and doing what we do, talking and doing, drink some adult pops, if you might
Right.
say. Georgia Tech comes out. Louisville actually stalls and couldn't do nothing. Georgia Tech was going back and forth with nobody doing anything, and all of a sudden Georgia Tech got a field goal. So now it's 17 out. Now it's kind of like how Kamika and James and I was talking last Bird's Eye View that this could let's see what's going on. Well, Louisville responded one of the best plays I ever seen, bro. Like, we've been to a lot of Cardinal games, but Mr. Ja'Cory Brooks with
Oh
that
man.
57-yard pass from Tyler Shook, and he got held, and he he spun, did a 360, and still was able to main focus, and boop, there's the ball. Dude was on, like, what is going on? I know, man. What was your thought when you saw that play, though, man?
I mean, the thing was, you seen it, and you like, hold up, he got that ball, and he ran. Touch. Like, are you serious? And then you got to look back for the replay. You wait for the replay again and look at it again. It's like, how did he do that?
Yeah, that
It's
was
like,
amazing.
how did he do that?
That was amazing. That was really amazing, man. Like I said, I never seen something like that that actually blew my mind when I saw that, bro. Like that's crazy. Big time. So after that beautiful pass, now you know going back and forth, and Louisville's D held, but Louisville get Georgia Tech punted, and we got the ball like on the 2 or 3, something crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sack, whatever, shuck, safety, pretty much. So now it's kind of tied around the collar again, Don. And now it's time to now it's 24-19, and we all seen stuff like this before, where you're supposed to take care of business and you don't, and you lose at the end.
Oh man,
When that's
that's it.
safety and all that, what was you thinking, bro? Because I was like, here we go again.
Well, during that safety play, I was on my way back to my original seat.
Mm-hmm.
So then once I sat down, I looked at the score, and I'm sitting like, hold up, what's
Yeah,
happened?
yeah,
And my guy next to me just started explaining, and I'm like, are you serious? Like, really, we let that happen? Then it gets you in that moment, like, don't be that. Don't
yeah.
be,
Let's don't do
not
this
let
again.
this happen. Yes, let's
Right.
not.
Let's don't do this again. And that's the issue with me. We seen it, but Georgia Tech's trying to kick a field goal, and Mr. Holloway decided he wants to go ahead and block it, and it took the perfect bounce, man. It took the
Man,
perfect bounce. He blocked it and ran it 55 yards for a TD, man. I mean, it was a lot of strange stuff that went on in this game. Normally, I ain't gonna say normally. In the past, Louisville has not been too favorable with these kind of plays, but everything worked out, man. And it was like, okay, now we can breathe. It's 31-19. Take the head off. Let's relax. Let's drench out our shirts and hats and all this
yes,
kind of stuff, bro. It was
exactly.
just amazing to me, man. Hey, we done had. I can't remember the last time the Louisville scored on a defensive touchdown, a damn special team touchdown, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like
Mm,
wow. I can't remember,
man,
man. It's had to be a while. Had to have been a while
I
because
mean,
they
yeah, you
don't
think
happen.
about it. Yeah, I mean, offense, defense, and special teams get the score.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
yeah.
doesn't happen a lot.
That's
Yeah,
a little bit different. That's a little bit different. And speaking of a little bit different, let's go ahead and hit. Let's talk about Louisville's offense, man. The Cardinals' offense. Uh, go over the stats real quick. Tyler Shuck, 13 for 19, 269, 2 TDs. Mr. Cheney, a pedestrian, 10 for 23. But when I went back to watch it, he had some big first down runs. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like his 30, 40, 2 yards here, 3 yards there, that kind of stuff. Tyler Shuck. Now, this is the problem. 23 is your leading, so Shuck is the second leading rusher at 19. Brown, 10. Isaac Brown, 7.
right.
Duke Washington, 4. Uh, only 57 yards, brother.
Yeah, that ain't
57
low.
yards.
Mm-mm.
That ain't gonna get it done.
No.
We were spoiled when we played against Austin P and Jacksonville, all that kind of stuff. We was running it down their throat, and then all of a sudden you play your first really good defensive line. I think they line is underrated. You know what I'm saying? But they active. Their defense is not gonna let you do just anything to them. 27 carries for 57 yards is not gonna get it done normally.
Mm-mm.
I'm sorry, it's
Yep.
not.
No.
Ja'Cory Brooks, four catches, 125 yards, 1 TD. Chris Bell, 2 catches, 82 yards, a TD. Jamari Johnson, 2 catches, 20 yards. You know, Thompson ended up getting hurt, and he's
Yeah,
out for the season. It's kind
done.
of, yeah, from transfer 2 years from Cincinnati, dude. You always want to have those weapons, have many people with you, and it's kind of sad when they do. So hopefully we can get Mr. Lacey to come back. I know he was already practicing with them, so hopefully I know he's game time decision for the next game. But we'll see what's going on. So, what was your overall thoughts on the offense, man?
I mean, the thing is, I mean, from we judging off of last year. I think it's like, what have you done for me lately? And the thing is, you think back to last year, how that offense looked, and this offense. I mean, it's a total different structure. Almost it looks
Mm-hmm.
like, and the quarterback by Shook. I mean, he looks like he has command. He looks
Yeah.
like he knows what he's doing. He looks, like more of a mental game, I guess you would
Okay.
say. And
Okay.
yeah, so I mean, the man hasn't threw an interception all year. That's one good thing. I
Knock on
mean,
wood.
yeah, that is true. That is true.
We don't
we
want
get
him
up to Notre
giving them
Dame,
up
right?
Saturday.
We get up Notre Dame, interception,
Yeah,
interception.
yeah. Like,
But
oh,
no,
man.
he's looking good. He's up in the one of the top, even in pass completing right now, like in
Right.
the nation. So
But
I think he's
but you
controlling
know
that
what,
ball,
Don?
captain.
The funny thing is this: if this is him game managing, we can take his game managing. You know what I'm saying? Because it was 13 for 19. He still had 269 yards and two TDs.
Right.
Last year game managing was like uh, 13 for 20 or 24 and 114 yards. No
But
TDs, one interception.
he was always good for the interception. He was
so
always good. You like
so
you knew it was coming.
so I'm agreeing with you. I am definitely agreeing with you. It's totally different. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. But yeah, it's just a different flow, man. I like to see the tight ends more. I think
Mm,
Mr. Johnson is gonna be a stud. I mean,
yes.
dude can run. He's 6'5", and I love Redmond. I love all the tight ends, but I think that Johnson kid is going to be really a stud, dude, because he can run with it, man, and he's big. He's not no little guy. And we already know Ja'Cory Brooks, man. Goodness gracious, that's why he was ranked in the top 50 coming out of high
Yeah.
school. Let's be honest. If it wasn't for that injury, would he be here? He was
Mm,
injured last year
yeah, that's good.
because
Mm,
dude
good
was
point.
was doing good things. You know what I'm saying? Alabama has had a run of superstars as receivers,
Really
right?
though.
So let's be honest, dude is good. He is really
Hmm.
good, and we've been spoiled with some great receivers, bro, and have done a lot of stuff. But I have never seen no play like he did. That was remarkable. Because normally you probably just gonna stop on the play. Dude was still able to stay in bounds
What he
after doing the
thought he
360.
did. Stayed
It
on
still
that
was
line
like,
too. Just
yeah, the ball's still up there. That's amazing, bro. So. What would you give the Cardinals offense if you grade wise? What would you give them?
well, as all out through the season, or are we just talking about this past game?
This is game. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We only doing
This
game
is
by
this
game.
is game. Game. I'm going with like a looking like maybe a B minus, maybe something like that. Because we got to
Hmm.
get that rushing game going.
Right. No.
We
Yeah. Yeah. No.
definitely get that.
I agree with you. I mean, you got to think. Total offense was only 326.
Yeah,
So
that's
yeah, and like I said, the Russian that was not good at all. Give credit where credit's due. Georgia Tech had a nice game plan. I mean,
yeah.
and they rocked and rolled with it. So, but I'll bet you I'll give them a C. I'll give them a C plus. You didn't overwhelm them, but you didn't hurt Louisville either.
Mhm.
You didn't have those penalties and dumb mistakes and stuff like that. So I can take that big time. Next up, let's do it real quick. Excuse me, the Cardinals defense, man. They was led. Let's say, of course, Mr. Purrier had a scoring, basically recovery TD for them, but Tavon Nicholson had 9 tackles, 1 tackle for loss. Tamarian McDonald 7 tackles. Let me see. Conga, man, he's a stud on that line, dude. He is a stud. He has
Yeah, that's
seven
a big guy.
tackles, a half a tackle for loss. Tremaine Logan's, he was another good pickup, dude, from I think it was Central Florida, South Florida, I think whatever, Central Florida. Dude is
Central.
good. Dude is good. He off that end. He had 7 tackles and 2 tackle for losses. Uh, that's about 1 million people who played, but they did all right, man. I would say, when you look at we'll put it in perspective this way. Georgia Tech, Hines King, he threw for 312. He was 21 for 32, which is you gotta do better than that. Let's be honest. He also had 58 yards rushing and 1 TD. Haynes, the running back, who's their leader, only had 25 yards, but he had a TD. They had 98 yards rushing, and we know that Georgia Tech is known for rushing. But this game, dude was throwing the ball because he pretty much had to. Malik Rutherford, 7 catches, 113 yards. They had a total of, like I said, um, over 400 some yards total offense. Um, yeah.
Yeah,
What's your thoughts on the defense, man?
yeah. That was the thing. They was giving up a lot. I think by just watching, they're watching the game. You kind of looked at the defense was giving up a lot, and the guys would seem like they was wide open at times. It's like, come on, what type of zone y'all playing? Get
Hmm.
man on man or something, because y'all got to cover. Y'all giving it to them too easy.
Yeah.
I just think it was a little slack lackluster on their
Bend
part.
or don't break type stuff, maybe.
Yeah, it was like we're gonna give you this, but not give you a lot. It's
Hmm.
like I know they had one. What was it? It seemed like one long one, or might have been two. They had like um
Yeah, they had some
a
passes
45
that
yard,
was. Yep.
yeah, 45-yard gain on the pass, a 51-yard gain on the
Yeah.
pass, heck, a 33-yard gain on the one pass, and
Right.
then
Right.
even though King that one rush, I think for the touchdown, it was 26 yards.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's giving up too much right
Yeah.
there.
Big plays. Big plays. Yeah, you absolutely right. It's like maybe can we chalk it up because this was the first really Power Five
Yeah,
team that you face. So that offense, and I would say this: Georgia Tech has some burners. They have some guys who can get down there, big time with them. So I think a lot of that plays in hand. That you're okay. Now we facing some other people who have just as much speed as us. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it makes a big difference with that one. So I just, great wise, what are you giving the Cardinals defense?
ooh, Cardinals D are getting a D.
Mm, mm, okay. 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 Tell us how you really feel. No, and I'm gonna say this.
Right.
I would say, I say a C. I just say a C. I just think that, like you said, you got too many people with big plays. Some guys out of position, like on that TD. It was nobody in the as far as the run that King did. It was nobody in the middle of the field.
No.
So of course, a running quarterback sees that. Oh my God! Let me drop back. Boom, gone. He's off to the races. They said, dude, run like a 4-4. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, that was easy. Yeah, and I just hope that out of that is just okay. Let's be still feeling each other and all this stuff. Also, one thing, too many DBs leading in tackles. No,
Yeah.
no, man.
That tells you how far. Right.
Right, right. We don't need that. We don't need that. That's not good. Not at all. Next up, we said something a little bit before. Cardinals special teams, man. Hey, yes, we got that one. I think one kick block, that kind of stuff, field goal. But this the block field goal that we did and score. Thank goodness for the special teams because you kind of forced Georgia Tech's hand, but you had to pass no matter what, and we can try to do what we have to do. So that was impressive. What's your thoughts on the special teams this game?
Yeah. Now, at least what Travis did. I
Mm-hmm.
think what was he 1 for 2?
Yep.
I think he did. He did hit one field goal, got the
Yes.
extra points, but you know, um, I think they held their own. I'm sitting here thinking how it looked, and especially that the block that did it. I mean, I think they had good coverage mostly.
Right.
I don't think maybe it might have been one, add plus for
Right.
their kickoff return or punt return. They might have got some good yardage, but other than that, I think they held their own.
Yeah. Yeah. Grade wise.
Uh, let's go for the with a B. With a B.
Okay. I'm gonna go with an A on it. I mean, I know A minus. I say A minus since he
Right.
missed that. He got that field goal blocked, which I think it was going to be like a pretty long one. I think. But anyway, he got it blocked. So I say A minus. But anytime you can score with that man, it makes a difference. And thank goodness they did. So I really love that. Thank you.
Right.
Because yeah, it was too hot to be out there to lose. Let's just put it away. We didn't need
Most
to see
definitely.
that. We didn't need to see
Yeah.
that.
No
All right,
over.
so
We didn't want to see no
no
overtime or nothing.
overtime, none of that. Too hot for
Nothing.
that, bro.
Mm.
Too hot for that. We ain't got no time for that. Not at all. Bird's eye view player of the game. Who was your player of the game?
Hmm. I if it's so I got two players in mind myself. I mean
Only one,
because
brother.
kind of honorable mention.
Nope.
But I gotta give it up. I got Brooks. I mean, the
That's
last
the
thing he
easy.
says,
That's the easy one to go with.
it really is. But I want to go Holloway. But let's go with Shakari Brooks. I mean, just right there, that play that what was that 57? It was like 55, 54, something like that. Touchdown. I mean,
Yeah.
it
Yep.
doesn't get
Yep.
any prettier than that.
Yeah. That was pretty, and everything, man. I'm gonna say player of the game. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Shook, man, because Shuck. I'm saying I'll go with him just because even though to me out there it didn't even seem like he had that many yards. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's very true.
for 13 for 19, you would think, oh man, he had 100 some yards. Okay. No, dude had 269, two TDs, no interceptions,
Yeah.
ran a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I, I guess this because I just appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? We seen the other way. But we also seen some great quarterback plays. The games that you know is going to be a crawl scratch. You got to do what you got to do to win. I take that. I can deal with that. But now Brooks is definitely a good one. All right, let's go. Let's rock and roll. This Saturday, Louisville at Notre Dame. Notre Dame is a 7-point favorite.
Mm, mm,
Wow.
mm.
3:30 Saturday. Hope you got Peacock. You're gonna need Peacock. Or go somewhere you can watch it or something like that. Wow, I'm just amazed with that. Real quick, Notre Dame is 3-1. Louisville's 3-0. Notre Dame is led by Mr. Leonard. It seems like they always play somebody. When they play Notre Dame, they play a former quarterback that play somewhere else.
Yeah,
Because Leonard
it
was
does.
at Duke. Leonard was
Yeah.
at Duke, which I love it. So we won't, you know what I'm saying? Even though he was kind of banged up or whatever, I still love it. They Leonard leads them in passing with 500. I think it's 87. Only one passing TD and two interceptions. Mr. Love lead him in as a running back for Notre Dame, 339 yards, four TD. They have a problem with their offense. Notre Dame has a problem with their offense. Now, their defense is stellar. If you want to go ahead and say it, people, they got a lot of pros and all kinds of stuff like this. Let's be real, they do because it's Notre Dame. But I still look at that North Illinois game at the crib. And people say, well, they followed up Notre Dame. Notre Dame beat Purdue's garbage, bro. Purdue let that
Man,
offense who really,
yeah.
66 points. Come on, bro.
Mm-mm.
They beat Miami, Ohio, 28-3. Besides that, they really haven't. I mean, come on, they haven't played an offense that really can throw the ball. They're gonna see that this time, bro. They're gonna see it. Let's be real. So it's a lot of things in Louisville. Hey, you get an opportunity to keep your dreams alive. You done been down there. You beat them last year. They had some turnovers. You did. Louisville has too, but it's a great thing to go down there to touchdown Jesus. We done won a game down there before. It's not like that, and you should be hyped. You really should be hyped. What's your thoughts on this game, man? And before we do the keys, but what is your overall thoughts on the game?
I mean, it was so funny about that because, like you said, they favored by 7 now. The opening
Mm-hmm.
line was 4.5 when it opened. So that means, people are putting money on Notre Dame. It's like
Right.
they had to push that line
Back.
up. So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, so it's like, really? I mean, as they say right now, Louisville's offense, that's how they went, is probably well, not probably, it's their top offense that Notre Dame is going against this year so far.
So far. So far.
And nothing is, none of the teams they have played equals up to our, pass and run offense. Like,
Right.
we can possibly bring it all.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think Brown's been hiding some things back, keeping it back and just waiting for this game
Of
right
course.
here.
Come on, man. It's Brom Bizzle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Without a doubt. Oh, he is. And you're absolutely right. And it's probably the best defense that they faced.
Mm,
This is probably
true
Notre
that.
Dame's the toughest defense that they have faced. I mean, Louisville is stacked on their defensive side, bro. Like they go too deep for real. Like he utilized that transfer portal like it should be. I haven't
Most
seen
definitely.
Louisville's back end as far as secondary be this tough. When I can say that Quincy Wiley has not played up to par so far, I know he's been banged up, but the secondary, normally, it
Yeah, next man
ain't up, ain't up, and
up.
we
Yeah,
didn't.
that's
Yeah,
all.
we did give up some big plays. I understand that, but hey, bend don't break, and that back end is good. I love that. I love that. So, yeah, I think this is going to be the best offense and shit, the best team they probably done face. Let's be real. So far, let's be real. All right, so let's dive into this real quick. Keys to victory. What do you think what are Don's key to victory against Notre Dame?
I'm looking like we have to control the ball. We have the turnovers. I mean, least turnovers. Mm-mm. We got to keep turnovers to a minimum,
Right.
or not at all, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And as we control that ball, work that clock, I think as we get that pass and that run, we can establish to open up one the other.
Right.
And hey, and then plus we've been doing. I think we've been doing good so far. I know how we have been in years back, but penalties, stay away from
I was getting
penalties.
ready. I was getting ready to
Yeah.
say it, brother. You hit it on the
Mhm.
head. I was going to say it. I was going to say to me, penalties is the key. Lack
Mhm.
of you can't have that on the road,
Can't.
and we have been good. This is our first road game, so we definitely going to have to take care of business and rushing. You got to have some kind of rush. You do not want Notre Dame to not to respect that, and just all of a sudden we're just going to pin our ears back, play a nickel, a dime, and all this kind of stuff. So I think that's really important to the victories on that because I don't. I think as long as Shuck is upright, I think he's gonna be okay. You know what I'm saying? Because I have no questions about that. I think he's gonna be good with that. Let's go this way. Bird's eye view, primetime player. What player has to be a primetime player for the Ville to come out with a victory to you? And you can get this
Mm.
one. You can give me a cup. I'll let you. You can give me a cup if you need a new cup. I know. I know how you are.
I mean, okay, so I want to just go straight to the run game. Let's go straight there.
Okay.
I need just the run game to do their thing. So from Isaac Brown to Quanny Brown, Maurice Turn, and Donald Cheney, all of them can provide at least. Let's
Well,
get
Turner's still
Donald.
out with that
Oh yeah,
ankle.
Turner is
He's
out.
still
Yeah.
out. He's still out.
So Donald, let's go with Donald Cheney. Definitely got to show up, show
Right.
out. Then we're gonna bring him in, as in Isaac gonna come in. Bam. Then Quamaine Brown gonna come in. Hell, Duke might come in. We might get
Need
up so
to.
good.
We need
Yeah.
to.
So keep everything healthy. Keep everybody fresh. Just keep rotating them if they got to, and whoever gets the hot hand, keep them going.
I'm gonna need Gelati. I'm gonna need Gelati to be that prime time. I'm gonna need him and his gang of brothers to come in there and put their heat on Leonard. I need Leonard looking
Mm,
all over the place. He's not a good passer. He's a runner. He's really a manager. You know what I'm saying? That takes off. So we're
right.
gonna need it. And really, maybe the uh, 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 Georgia Tech quarterback King, maybe that helps us that you face somebody who likes to run it. You know what I'm saying? And he's faster than Leonard. So let's go. You've been through that before, so I want to see that. I think that'd be a good one like that. All right, so let's go ahead and lead the people with our predictions. Bird's eye view predictions. What's the prediction of this game, my brother? Well, come on, I know you got something good for
Mm.
me. I know you got something good for me.
All right, let's see here. Let's see here. Oh man, I want to think this through because I don't think Notre Dame ain't been no big time scorers this year as it is, and we know Louisville can put up some points they need to. So I'm looking at 42.
Ooh, wee.
Yeah, we're gonna get up on them.
Ooh,
42-24,
ooh,
Louisville.
ooh, wee. 18 points. Okay, that's a lot of points, brother. That's a lot of points. Hey, I hope so, my brother. I
We're
hope
gonna
so.
open it up. We're
I
gonna
hope
open it
so.
up.
I'm a go. That's good. That's good. I'm gonna go 28-13 Louisville. I think we do just enough, and our defense holds water, and then we can go ahead and try to run the ball and get the running game and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, I think 28-13. The Ville takes a win, all that kind of stuff. We want to thank you guys for joining us. We'll be back next week to give you some more, hopefully a great
Yeah.
review of the game, and then preview the next game. And the basketball is starting, so we'll be talking about basketball, we'll be talking all that
Yeah.
good stuff. And then, of course, if you're not familiar with what we do, we always do this at the end of the show. Don, what are you leaving the people with?
Oh man. Tell you one thing. Look both ways before you cross the street, or you just might get hit.
Wow, that's a beauty. Woo, that's a beauty. I'm gonna give you one. I'm gonna give you one. There's a whole lot of shenanigans that's going on. Just make sure you're not part of it. God bless. We out. Peace.